Oregon Bigfoot.
Crater Lake
National Park, not far from the actual lake. Now, this looks to me like he's walking towards the camera. We have video footage of this. Watch
it looks like he's walking away from the camera.
Well, we'll see. You were wrong before. We bet on some other Bigfoot.
No, we didn't. We bet on it?
Yeah. We didn't bet money, but I said, I think this is, and you said, no, I think he's going away, and I turned out to be right.
Going away.
Well, I think this is actually coming towards the camera in this shot. We'll see when we see the video. So, there's a saying called the grass is always greener. You've heard of that.
Sure, who hasn't?
And what does that mean, basically?
It might look greener, but it might not always be.
Yeah, I mean, what you're going through, or what you have, somebody else always has better than you, and you're never satisfied with what you have. And I was just talking about expeditions to Indonesia.
Which is not something you're really going to do.
I'm talking about, who knows, expeditions to go to Indonesia to look for the orang pendek. Well, they have Bigfoot out here, and we do have trackers getting photos of it.
This seems like a whole lot easier to get Bigfoot here than it would be to get that orang pendek.
But see, there's a lot of photos of Bigfoot, but there are no photos of the orang pendek. To get to be the first ones to take the photos of the orang pendek.
So you would instantly be famous.
Yes.
So, like here, people sell their cars, sell all their worldly possessions, and go on these expeditions. They could certainly do that for the orang pendek.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't need to sell my car or do anything like the Justice Samaya does to. I would just go out there, but primarily first of all, I would just research the hell out of it, and to even determine whether I want to do it or not. Because sometimes if you research, you go, you know what? I just don't see a feasible way that I would ever be able to do anything more than anybody else has done.
Yeah, I don't know that you would.
And
I don't think it'd be worth it.
Well, I'd have to be honest with myself. I don't like getting wrapped up in fantasy. Yeah, I'd do this, and this would turn out, and then I would do this, and this would go my way. I just realistically, what could I do?
Well, you'd have to make a trip there just to size it up.
Well, even before that, I would size it up to the best of my ability to even decide whether to take a trip in the first place.
You might as well just take a trip there.
Well, maybe, but see, that's not a vacation place. You might get there and go, what the heck am I doing in this?
And then you would get in a plane and come back and realize that this is just not going to happen.
Yeah, it kind of reminds...
Leave it up to somebody else.
Yeah, it reminds me of Robin Quivers, that's the co-host on the Howard Stern Show. And
isn't she still the co-host on the Howard Stern Show?
She still is. And she took a trip to India on vacation.
And it wasn't a vacation.
And she got there, and she was like, holy crap, this is like a crap hole. I mean, this is just miserable. It's filth. And she's like, this is ridiculous. She just went right back.
Wow.
I mean, there's a reality and there's the fantasy.
Yeah.
To everything in life.
But a lot of people go to India.
They do. Maybe it was at the time. Maybe this was like 10 years ago. And yeah, I mean, they have Bollywood. I mean, to me, lots changed. I mean, they've become more industrialized and technology savvy. And
aren't they taking over the world? They're having more offspring than anybody.
And, maybe at the time, that's how it was. Maybe the area she went to within India, and she didn't want to take another plane to another area, but that's what she said. Yeah, but I'm just relating that to... There's just a fantasy of what you think. I watch a lot of Italian movies. Movies that were in the 60s and 70s that were, westerns and the crime movies and horror movies. And I think it would be really cool. But if I got there, I mean, you were telling me about when you went to India, when you went to Italy. Let's talk about the next.
I haven't been to India.
No, when you went to Italy. And just how different it is. And so you build a romance around a certain area, and you get there and you go, oh my God. A lot of your dissatisfaction is based on how much different it is than what you thought it would be, based on your expectations. We'll talk about that in the next episode.